Very quickly before we go any further, Gene, who is on the floor crew here at Channel 7, has a band called Ragged Doll, and they're playing at the Palace in Dowling Street tonight, and I forgot to mention it earlier. Now, please welcome Greedy Smith from Mental As Anything. You've got to look after all bands on this show, you know what I mean, Greg? Welcome home.
Oh, thanks, Donnie.
Just explain where you went to the various countries that you covered this
Oh,
time.
we went to Holland twice, Italy twice, the UK about 3 times, the States and
So you
Canada.
keep zapping back and forwards all
Yeah,
the
very confusing. It's,
Yeah.
it was a great exercise in dietary control. Travel not only broadens the mind. I tell you what, it's a bit of a worry, but we had a great time there. We got to play our first shows to people who didn't speak English, which is pretty good because I found out that when I talk on stage, nobody can understand me anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
It just goes over as well.
Yeah, it's all body
fair.
language.
Right. You also, when you worked in Holland on one of the occasions, it was just after Chernobyl, which would have been a fairly hair-raising event, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was pretty
What
exciting.
precautions did you have to take?
Well, we just we're in London at the time, and we just kept bringing up the record company, asking them to go outside with a Geiger counter and check on it. But I thought, well, we're already in London, and that's only 200 miles away, so it's so small. I mean, the place is so small that everybody cops it. So
Right. Was there a reading of radioactivity anywhere near where you played? Yeah.
Well, yes, there was.
So you didn't bother too much? I mean,
It's
the people
okay.
must have been freaked
You
out.
won't catch it, Donnie. It's okay. It was pretty scary, though. It was. I think at that time also there were no Americans in Europe because of the Libyan terrorist thing.
Yeah.
It was great because there were no Americans there at all. You could just you could go to all the shops and you didn't have to queue for anything.
Right.
But
So you had fun?
yeah, it was great. We got to play to some pretty funny people. We went on an Italian TV show. That was really exciting, and you divided into teams, and the people in the audience would vote for you.
Yeah.
And there were all people like Leo Sayer and Joe Cocker and the Dream Academy.
You're kidding?
And our team, the Delfinos or the Dolphins, we won.
Really?
And they gave us a stainless steel pussycat. The Telegato Award, which means TV cat.
Now, that's interesting because, I mean, these are all professional people and they're going in like a talent quest.
Yeah, well, it's a TV. It's a big 4-day show, but the Italians are so competitive about it, and they're so excitable.
Right.
It's great every time you go into a restaurant, in this small town in Bury. They come, mental as anything. You're so strong, and they grab you around the back and sort of shake your hands and give you a glass of wine.
Let's talk about, well, the reason we actually asked you to come in, other than to welcome you back, was the fact that you're doing a thing for the Commonwealth Games to raise money to help the sportsmen and sportswomen get across there.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good cause, and I think also the thing is that there are plenty of seats left, and I think that people have been buying a lot of tickets to see Torval and Dean, and that their tickets are $10 more than ours, and they can't sing for nuts.
Well, I'm passing on very quickly over that one. How many people on the show? It's on Monday night.
Well, there's Bill Cash Opera and Tim Finn and his new band. Yeah, good old Tim. And I think Amanda from the Eurogliders is in his band. And Mental As Anything. And we've got a big slide display. The people who do a lot of our clips have got a very funny and controversial slideshow as well. So we've really put a lot into it as far as it's going to be a different show for us.
Now, every cent that's raised does go to help our sportsmen.
Yes, we're
sportswomen
going
get
to
across.
put them. We're going to send them over in a plane this time.
They don't have to.
Yeah,
run.
so they don't have to go on the train.
And what about Melbourne? You do one there too?
Yes,
for the same cause.
in Melbourne on Friday the 13th at the Melbourne Entertainment Centre. So it should be
lucky for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good night. It's Entertainment Centre this coming Monday.
Monday night.
End of a long weekend.
Be
What a way
there
to
or
go.
be a mug.
Be there or be a triangle. There's some audience already ducking out to make sure they get your autographs before you leave us. Thank you for coming in. Greedy Smith. Now, we're not going to play medals because we played them early. We're having this one, Suzanne Vega and Joe Jackson. It's called Left of Centre. It's from a great movie that's now about and killing them, Pretty in Pink. And this is the first time seen on telly. Before you go, round of applause for Greedy Smith. Thanks, dude. And welcome home again, mate. All the best. Good on you. Good luck on Monday.